Kentucky's Attorney General says it is possible his office will identify serial rapists as the result of testing a historic backlog of untested sexual assault kits. But a 9 on Your Side I-Team investigation reveals there's more work ahead for that office and the state's central crime lab when it comes to getting justice for victims. I-Team reporter Hillary Lake is joining me now to explain the plan to get some violent predators off the streets. Hillary.
Well, Tanya, that plan includes looking at why thousands of sexual assault kits were shelved across the state for years, and then making immediate changes to how local law enforcement and prosecutors work with the state crime lab to identify suspects and get convictions.
It's ground zero for many criminal cases, where DNA evidence, including from rape kits, is discovered, verified, and analyzed. Laura Sudkamp has watched the ebb and flow of rape kits come through the Kentucky State Police Central Crime Lab for 29 years.
Law enforcement is turning in all kits now, which they're supposed to be, so that has increased our submissions.
As its director, Sudkamp worked with the Attorney General's office to help end the state's backlog of some 3,400 untested rape kits last year. But an I-Team investigation reveals 2,200 more criminal cases that need DNA evidence testing are suffering, and the lab is short-staffed.
We're having a hard time retaining folks because they can leave and go to another job and or another state trained, make about at least $20,000 more, depending on where they go.
Some crime victims, like Tracy Jackson of Northern Kentucky, are caught up in the delay. Jackson says she was raped in January. She won't have the results of her rape kit for a while.
They kept telling me it would be just a little longer, and now they're saying it won't be May till next year.
As Tracy waits for the results of her kit, the Office of Victims Advocacy at the Attorney General's office is celebrating its first 2 indictments. Those resulted from the testing of all the old rape kits. One case in western Kentucky dates back to a 2005 assault. Suspect Jason Langston was indicted in August. The Attorney General says it's possible his office will identify serial rapists as cases get reopened.
We believe there are a number of others that will be coming, and that you will see those pick up as we move through, probably even just this next year.
And at the University of Louisville, Assistant Professor Bradley Campbell is studying how Kentucky ended up with a rape kit backlog in the first place.
We're evaluating new laws that were put into place and seeing how that impacts safe kit submission rates, to see if it has any impact on prosecution.
Lessons learned through Campbell's research will help the state identify and fix problems that are contributing to new DNA testing delays.
It's not just law enforcement, it's not just a crime lab issue, it's not just a prosecutorial issue, it's a system issue where we didn't always prioritize sexual assault cases.
For Tracy Jackson, improvements in the process can't come soon enough.
Even if it doesn't happen in my case, if it helps someone else's case get processed sooner so they don't go through this, I just want the system to be fixed.
And in response to our I-Team investigation, Kentucky's Attorney General has also asked the state crime lab for what his office calls a general accounting of how the lab spent $4.5 million the AG's office gave the crime lab 2 years ago. That money was supposed to help prevent future DNA testing backlogs like the delay the lab is currently experiencing. Tanya?